It's strange how a single glance can bring it all back, those years when laughter wasn't shared with me, but thrown at me like stones.
Did you see what she's wearing? It's like she's stuck in a time warp.
Maybe she thinks hiding behind those big glasses will make her invisible. Such an ugly.
Who let the librarian out of the library? Look at that hair. Does she even know what a hairstyle is?
Yeah, someone should do her a favor and introduce her to the 21st century.
I thought I could forget it all, but those words, they never left. Maybe if I looked different, maybe they would have seen me, maybe they would have accepted me. You don't understand what it's like to be laughed at every single day, for just existing. From the moment I'd walk into a room, I'd hear the whispers, the giggles. They wouldn't even try to hide it. And it made me feel so small, so invisible. Like I didn't matter at all.
Oh, Chloe, my dear, I wish you could see yourself the way God sees you. All those people, they don't define who you are, my dear. You're His creation, fearfully and wonderfully made. When you put your worth in their hands, it's like saying He made a mistake. And, Chloe, God doesn't make mistakes.
But how do I ignore what they say? They keep reminding me of everything I'm not. Not pretty enough, not stylish enough, not enough. And those voices, they're still there, in the back of my mind, even now. Sometimes I feel like they're right.
Chloe, I know it's hard. But listen to me, darling. If you change just to fit their expectations, you'll lose who you are. And that's not worth it. What they say doesn't matter, it's who God says you are that counts. You are not here to be defined by other people's standards. You're here because God put something beautiful in you, something no one else can see, but that only He knows.
I just want to feel beautiful, even just for a moment. I want to walk into a room and not feel like I'm being picked apart by people who don't even know me.
Chloe, beauty goes beyond what anyone can see with their eyes. True beauty comes from a heart that is grateful, from a spirit that trusts God's design. When we let other people's opinions control our feelings, it's like giving them power over us that only belongs to God. Sweetheart, you're more than enough, just as you are.
Mom, all these years, it's like I'm carrying this weight of never being accepted, always feeling like I have to be someone else just to be worthy. How am I supposed to live like that?
Chloe, it's okay to feel that way. It's human to want to belong, to want acceptance. Chloe, you can't build your life on shaky ground. People's opinions, they'll change, they'll fade, but God's love for you? That's the foundation you can trust.
Chloe, God created you with so much care, and He sees every part of you as precious, just as you are. Trust in that. Let go of this need for validation from people who don't see the real you. The more you seek their approval, the further you'll drift from God's perfect design for you.
I wish it didn't hurt so much. I wish I could believe what you're saying. But right now, all I feel is the pain. And I don't know how to just let that go.
Chloe, you may not feel beautiful, but God has never once looked at you with anything but love and pride. When you understand that, truly, those voices won't have the same power over you.
Darling, be grateful for how He made you. He didn't make any mistakes.
I wish you could understand. I wish it didn't hurt so much.
I don't know why she doesn't do something about herself. She could at least try a little harder to look decent. It's not that hard.
I know. And she just seems so out of place here. Honestly, I don't know how she has the confidence to walk in every day without changing a thing.
God forgive me because I don't know how someone could be this ugly. Team leader, I hope you won't inform her about the group dinner, because she is absolutely going to ruin the phase of our team.
You are right, we just have to go without her.
You know, it's easy to judge someone based on their appearance. But what about her heart? What about her kindness, her work ethic? Beauty isn't just about what we see on the outside. It's about the qualities a person brings to the world. And from what I know, Chloe has more of that inner beauty than you do.
We didn't mean to be rude, Steve. We were just talking.
Talking about someone behind their back? That's more a reflection of you than it is of them. The truth is, neither of you know her that well, and I've known Chloe for years. She's been through more than you can imagine, and she deserves better than to be talked about like this.
Well, we are sorry. Promise not to tell her all that you've heard.
There is nothing to tell because none of what you've said is true. It's really disheartening to see you guys come to church every time only to behave like this. But if you really consider yourselves Christians, then you'd know God doesn't look at outward appearances. He cares about our hearts. If you truly believe that, then appreciate God's creation in all its forms. Beauty goes deeper than what you see, and it's time you started valuing people for who they are.
Why does it seem so easy for everyone else? Why does it look like they have it all, and I just feel invisible. Why did you make me like this, God? Why do I have to look so different from everyone else? I try so hard, but no matter what I do, I never measure up. They call me ugly. Is this really the way you see me? Am I really enough, just as I am? Why do I feel like I'm not good enough for anyone, even for you? Why does it feel like the world looks past me every single day? I don't know why you sit and watch people treating me like this, God. Why do you let them laugh at me? Why do you allow me to feel this worthless? I've tried to make the best of everything, but nothing ever changes. I just want to feel accepted. Why is it so hard for me?
Hey, Chloe.
Oh, Steve. I didn't even see you there. How did you find me?
Come on, we've been childhood buddies. Finding you was never hard. Besides, I know that look. Something's bothering you.
I've just been thinking a lot lately. It's like no matter how hard I try, people always see me the same way. I'm always the odd one out. It's hard to even look in the mirror sometimes. I don't think I'll ever be able to change their minds.
I'm sorry to hear that, but you know you're not alone. A lot of people feel the same way, even though it doesn't always seem like it.
It's just, people make fun of me. They talk behind my back, and sometimes even to my face. It's like I can't do anything right. I'm not what people expect me to be. I don't have the right body, the right style, the right anything. It's like I'm invisible unless they have something mean to say. I hate feeling like this, so small. Each passing day has become unbearable for me.
I get it, Chloe. I really do. But listen to me. You are so much more than what they see. You've always had this heart, this warmth, this kindness that's rare. I've known you my whole life, and I see all the good that people overlook. The way you treat others, the way you listen when someone needs someone to talk to, the way you care. Those things are more important than any outward appearance.
You really think that?
I know that. I've always admired that about you, Chloe. You may not always see it, but God has created you with so much value. Your worth isn't in what anyone thinks of you, or how you look, or what the world says is important. Your worth is in who you are in Him.
But how do I stop feeling like this? How do I stop letting what they say get to me?
You fix your gaze on God, Chloe. You focus on His truth. He's the one who knows your purpose. The opinions of others don't define you. You have a purpose in this world that no one else can fulfill, and that's what matters. The world can be loud, but His voice is louder. You're His creation, and you are enough, just as you are.
I never thought about it that way, but I think I get it now.
You don't have to do it alone, Chloe. I'm here, and I believe in you. And I know that God has so much in store for you. Don't let the world drown out His voice.
Thank you, Steve. Honestly, you always know just what to say. I don't know where I'd be without you.
You don't have to thank me. I've always got your back. Always.
I think I just needed to hear that. Thank you. I'll try, really try, to focus on what matters.
Thank you both for coming in. As you know, we've been considering a promotion for the team leader role, and it's come down to the two of you. I want to start by saying how much we appreciate both of you. Chloe, your dedication and performance have been outstanding, and you're truly one of our best employees.
Thank you, Mrs. Kiley. I'm honored to be considered.
Thank you, Mrs. Kiley. It means a lot to hear that.
Now, since this role involves a lot of face-to-face interactions with our clients, the board has requested that we take certain factors into account, including customer perception. It's important to present the company in the best possible light. With that said, I'm pleased to announce that Amy will be taking on the team leader position.
Thank you, Mrs. Kiley. I appreciate it so much.
Wait a minute. If looks were such a big part of this decision, why was I even considered? Why raise my hopes if I never had a fair chance?
Chloe, I understand how this must feel. Personally, I had hoped you'd be promoted. Your work speaks for itself, and I advocated strongly for you. But in the end, the board's criteria factored in more than just performance. I'm truly sorry. This wasn't my decision alone.
I appreciate your honesty, Mrs. Kiley. I just wish things were different. Thank you. It's just so frustrating, Steve. I've given everything to this job, and when the promotion finally came, they overlooked me because of my looks. I work harder than anyone there, and it feels like all of that means nothing if I don't fit their image.
You're absolutely right, Chloe. It's incredibly unfair. I mean, I remember you being here before I even joined, and yet I'm already the departmental manager. You deserve way more recognition than this.
I can't even get promoted. How can I ever expect to find someone who would want to marry me if even my work judges me for how I look?
Don't say that, Chloe. Don't let them make you talk down about yourself. You're worth so much more than the way they make you feel.
But, Steve, you wouldn't understand. You're not the one people call ugly. You don't know what it feels like, to be overlooked, to be constantly judged on something you can't change.
I may not be the one being called those things, Chloe, but that doesn't mean I don't feel your pain. I care enough to feel it right along with you.
I'm sorry, Steve. I didn't mean it like that. It's hard to handle sometimes.
I get it. Hey, let's change things up. How about you come over to my place? My mom's cooking tonight, and trust me, that's enough to lift anyone's spirits.
All right, Steve. That actually sounds perfect. Thank you so much for dinner, Mrs. Ursula. Your cooking is truly amazing.
Oh, you're very welcome, my dear. It's always a pleasure having you over. Life has its ups and downs, but sharing a meal with good company is always a blessing.
I told you, Mom's cooking is a blessing on its own.
It really is. Honestly, I haven't had a meal that comforting in a long time. I feel like the world around me fades, and I can actually breathe for a moment.
That's the beauty of God's provisions, Chloe. It's not always the grand things, but sometimes the little joys that remind us of His goodness. And you, my dear daughter, are always welcome to share those blessings with us.
You know, Mom, Chloe could be more than just a dear friend one day. She could even be your real daughter-in-law someday.
Steve.
Absolutely not. Chloe could never be my daughter-in-law. God forbid.
Mom, how could you say that?
Don't mom me, Steve. I've said what I said. Chloe can't be my daughter-in-law, and that's final.
I think I'd better go. Thank you again for the meal, Mrs. Ursula.
Chloe, wait. Don't leave like this. Chloe,
Steve, come back and sit down.
Mom, I can't believe you'd say something so hurtful. Chloe is a wonderful person, and she didn't deserve that.
We need to talk. I really hope you're joking, Steve. There's no future there, and I don't want to discuss it further.
You may not understand her value, Mom, but she deserves more respect than you're giving her.
Why does it always have to be like this? I'm trying, God. I really am. But it just feels like, no matter what I do, I'm never good enough. I know I'm not the prettiest, not the one anyone notices. No man even looks my way. I'm invisible, a joke to everyone. And I can't seem to escape it, not even with Steve's family.
Dear God, you know I care for Chloe deeply, more than words can express. I know, God, that you brought her into my life for a reason. I see the pain in her heart, the struggles she faces every day. Lord, you have shown me that she is meant to be my life partner. I ask you, Father, to help me. Help me find the right words, the right way to reach her. You know the depths of her soul, Lord. You know the weight she carries. Help me guide her through this. Help her see that her worth isn't tied to her appearance, that her beauty is more than skin deep. Lord, I pray you bring healing to her heart.
How can I keep going like this? Every day, I put on a brave face, but inside, I'm breaking. I don't know how to fix this. I'm tired, just so tired. Maybe there's another way. Maybe if I changed the way I look, things would be different. People would see me differently. Plastic surgery, cosmetic treatments, if that's what it takes to be seen, to be accepted, maybe it's worth it. Maybe I can finally feel like I belong. This could be it. If I looked like them, if I could just change a few things, then maybe all of this pain, all of this rejection, would just disappear.
I believe, God, that you have a greater plan for her and for us. I want to see Chloe happy, not just on the outside but deep within, where it matters most. Please, Lord, help me to show her the truth of your love for her. Help me find a way to fix the pain she's carrying. Let me be the support she needs, the man who helps her realize her true beauty in your eyes. Please, God, please help her. Please help us. Amen. Chloe, I just wanted to apologize again for what happened with my mom yesterday. I know it wasn't easy for you.
Steve, it's not your fault. You don't have to apologize for her. I've already forgiven her. I understand that she's just, well, it's fine anyways.
You sure? You don't deserve it.
I've come to terms with it, Steve. I'm okay. Really. But I've found a solution to all of this.
A solution? What do you mean?
I've been thinking about it a lot, Steve. I know the only way I'll ever feel good about myself, truly feel good, is to change. So, I've decided to get a total makeover. Plastic surgery. I'm going to fix everything.
Chloe, no. You don't need that. I've seen you. All of you. You're so much more than just how you look. Your heart, your kindness, your intelligence. That's what matters. That's what makes you who you are. But
Steve, you don't understand. I know you feel my pain, but you've never had to deal with people calling you ugly, with being passed over for everything just because of how you look. You don't know what it's like. I don't want to live like this anymore.
Chloe, I do understand. Maybe not exactly the same way, but I care about you. Your appearance doesn't define you. Please don't do this.
I've made up my mind, Steve. I have to do this. I don't want to be like this anymore. You don't get it, and I don't expect you to. But I have to go through with it. Anyway, we should probably head to work. We're already late.
Chloe? Chloe, are you here? Chloe? What on earth is all this? Plastic surgery, cosmetic enhancements. Why would Chloe be looking at these? What is going on with you, Chloe?
What's going on? Is everything okay?
Chloe, we need to talk. I found something in your room earlier. A lot of flyers and books about plastic surgery and cosmetic procedures.
I was going to tell you. I've been thinking about it for a while now. I want to get plastic surgery.
Plastic surgery? Chloe, why on earth would you want to do that?
This isn't like you. Why would you need to change yourself? You're beautiful just the way you are.
Mom, that is what you've always told me, but that is not what it is. I've been overlooked my whole life. Everywhere I find myself, everyone always judges me based on how I look. If I change, maybe I'll finally be seen. Maybe things will get better.
Chloe, this isn't the answer. You can't just change who you are on the outside and think everything will magically fall into place. But the Lord said to Samuel, "Do not look at his appearance or at the height of his stature. For the Lord sees not as man sees, man looks on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks on the heart." 1 Samuel 16 verse 7, what about who you are on the inside? You're amazing as you are. The world doesn't need to change you, sweetheart, you need to learn to see yourself the way we see you.
In Psalm 139 verses 13 to 14, King David said, "For you formed my inward parts, you knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made." Chloe, you are a beautiful creation. God made you just the way He intended. You don't need to change anything to be loved or accepted. We love you for who you are, Chloe. You don't need to change anything to deserve love and success. Please don't do this.
I've made up my mind, Mom. I can't keep living like this, feeling like I don't measure up. If I change, things will be different. Maybe I'll finally be happy.
Chloe, we're always been there for you, but this decision, it's not one we can support. Please, think about it.
I've thought about it a lot. This is the only way I can see to fix everything. I'll do it for me, for my own happiness. I know what I need.
Chloe, it's good to see you. How have you been?
I've been okay, just busy with work.
I've noticed you've been drifting from the church a little. You're not as vibrant as you once were. You used to be so active, so full of life. What's going on?
It's just, work has been demanding. You know, deadlines, extra hours. It's hard to keep up with everything.
I understand, but that's not the only reason I called you in today. Your parents shared some things with me, Chloe. They've been worried, and they asked me to speak with you about the decision you're making. I know you're planning on undergoing plastic surgery. I wanted to talk to you about it, because I believe God has something to say about it.
I know what you're going to say, Pastor. I've heard it all before. But this is my choice, my decision.
Chloe, God is against this. He created you in His image. You are wonderfully made, just as you are. You don't need to change yourself. But I'm worried because I've heard that you're not just making this decision for personal reasons. You've been hurt. It's been hard on you, hasn't it?
It's not just the outsiders, Pastor. It's the church too. I've been mocked, talked about, looked down on. The people who are supposed to love me, they've made me feel even worse. The church family hasn't helped matters. If anything, it's made me feel like I'll never measure up. It's easier to deal with the world than to deal with the pain I get from them. Why own brothers and sisters in Christ?
I understand your pain. I know it's not easy. But Chloe, this decision you're making, it's dangerous. Physically, emotionally, spiritually. You're risking your health, your mental peace, and your relationship with God. The Bible teaches us that our bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit. We are to honor God with them, not alter them because of others' opinions.
But you don't understand, Pastor. If I change, people will finally see me. Maybe I'll finally be happy.
But at what cost? Think about the risks, the procedures, the pain, the potential mental struggles afterward. And more than that, Chloe, have you thought about where this path leads? Where do you want to spend eternity? After all the pain, the risks, and the changes, what will it do to your soul? Please, think carefully.
I can't keep living like this. I've thought about it. The risks. I know. But I'm willing to take them. I just want to be at peace with myself.
Chloe, I'm pleading with you, please reconsider. God loves you just as you are. He's always been with you, and He will never leave you. Don't let the pain of others change you. Let God heal you, not a knife. Don't let your insecurities lead you down a dangerous path.
I appreciate your concern, Pastor. But I've made up my mind. I'll go ahead with the surgery. Thank you, Pastor. But I have to be on my way. No. It can't be. Is this not Amy? Amy?
Chloe, what are you doing here?
I should be asking you that. What are you doing here? Are you planning to have surgery too?
Bring it down.
I'm just surprised to see you here. You of all people.
Miss Chloe, you are up next.
Amy, please wait for me, we need to talk.
Okay, I will.
You know, I always thought you were a natural beauty. Never would have guessed you'd be going through all this.
I'm sorry, Chloe. I've talked behind your back and I shouldn't have. It was just my own insecurities, you know? I used to be in your shoes. I thought changing my identity was the only way to feel better about myself. But there's a stigma that comes with it. People look at you differently. So I moved out of my old place, started a new life after my surgery.
I get it. But I've already made everyone aware. No need to run away or move out of town. I mean, it's my life, right? Do you regret it?
I won't lie to you, Chloe. I do have regrets. But at the same time, the surgery, it's worth it for me. You know, it's not a problem as long as you work hard for the money to maintain it. You'll be fine.
So, what are you here for, exactly?
Well, I'm here to book an appointment for a BBL, Brazilian butt lift. I heard this place is the best and honestly it's the cheapest I could find. I've got my surgery scheduled for next week.
Wow, next week. That's fast.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this for a long time. Honestly, it's a big step, but I'm at peace with it now. No turning back. When's yours?
A week after yours.
Well, that's good. I'm sure you'll do great. Just make sure you have the right support, okay?
I will. And hey, don't worry, I'll keep your little secret.
Thanks, Chloe. I appreciate it.
Hey, Chloe, can we talk for a minute?
Sure. What's up?
I've been trying to reach you. You've been avoiding me, and I just want to know why.
It's not that, Steve. I just didn't feel like it. Anyway, I'll see you after my surgery, okay?
Chloe, I need to talk to you about something. Can we sit down? I think it's important.
Not right now, Steve. I really don't want to talk about anything. Maybe later. I've got to go in. I'll catch up with you later, okay?
Everyone, I have some very difficult news to share with you all. Yesterday evening, I received the heartbreaking news that she passed away. The cause of death was due to complications from plastic surgery. She had undergone multiple procedures, a nose job, breast augmentation, liposuction, and a BBL. All in one day, despite the risks. The autopsy report confirms that Amy passed away from a pulmonary fat embolism, which occurred during the BBL procedure, her final surgery of the day.
No. No, Amy. Why did she lie to me?
Lie to you? How do you know about this, Chloe?
I met her there a few days ago. She was there to book an appointment for a BBL. She never mentioned anything like this could happen. She told me it was worth it.
Chloe, I know this is hard to take in, but you couldn't have known.
This is a tragic reminder of the risks we face when we don't take care of ourselves, when we ignore the dangers for the sake of vanity. All right, everyone, if I could have your attention for just a moment. It's my pleasure to announce that Chloe will be taking on a new role here. From today onward, Chloe is our new team leader of her group.
Thank you, everyone. I'm truly honored by this opportunity. I promise to do my best to lead with integrity and work alongside each and every one of you. Together, we will achieve great things. Thank you again for your trust. I won't let you down. Mom, Dad, Steve. I owe you all an apology. I've been so caught up in my own insecurities and vanity that I let it take me away from what truly matters. I didn't listen to you, and I didn't listen to God. But I'm back now. I've given my life back to Christ, and I know now I am a new creation. I trust in God's design for me. I know I'm beautiful, not because of what I can change, but because I am made in God's image.
Chloe, we are so proud of you. It's all we've ever wanted for you, to know how precious you are to God.
And we've always known you were beautiful, just the way you are.
Actually, there's something else I've been meaning to say. I've been holding this in for a while now, but I've realized that I don't just care about you, Chloe. I love you. You're the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with.
Wait, what? Steve, is this some kind of joke?
I know it might seem sudden, and I know I shouldn't do this in front of your parents, but this is not a joke. I've thought about this long and hard. I truly believe God ordained my feelings for you. You've always been such an important part of my life, and now, I can't imagine my future without you. I want to be with you, Chloe. Dad and Mom, please permit me to be with your daughter, and I promise you will never regret your decision.
Steve, we've known you since you were a little boy. We know you're a good man. You've been like family to us.
But Chloe's the one who has to make this decision. It's her heart, her life.
And what does your mom say about this?
Actually, she's the one who brought it up first. She told me it would be her great loss to lose you, and that I should follow my heart. So, I'm here, following it.
Wow. I don't know what to say, Steve.
I know this is a lot to take in, but I just wanted you to know how I feel. Take your time, Chloe. No pressure. Just think about it.
I will. I'll talk to my Father in heaven before giving you an answer.
Whatever you decide, Chloe will support you. You know that.
The story of Chloe teaches that true beauty and self-worth come from embracing who you are, as God's creation, rather than seeking external validation. It reminds us that confidence, faith, and self-acceptance are more fulfilling than changing oneself to meet society's standards. Please, if you are blessed by this video, subscribe, like, and share to others. And follow for more powerful movies like this.